Bom, pessoal, o vídeo é uma continuação da parte 3 da história da 2.5, onde a gente já inicia a guerra contra os Borisins e já vamos de cutscene. Então, é isso. Deixa o like, se inscreva no canal e simbora. Eita porra! Começou a guerra. A menina chegou numa velocidade da hora, hein?
There you are, Fei Shao.
Madam Yukong, after 30 years, we find ourselves fighting side by side once more. It's been a while since I've let loose. Let's get this started.
Vambora.
Remember, you are still on the lawful. Try not to go too wild.
Vou juntar todo mundo. Pode vir. Iha! Seguro grosso.
All together.
Provavelmente vai todo mundo só tomar uma e morrer. Ó. Ó que coisa boa, não precisei fazer nada. E a Fei Shao tá fortíssima.
O cara é foda, patroa.
We have cleared out the enemies in Starskiff Haven.
But it seems that there are fierce battles being waged at both the Exalting Sanctum and Arum Alley. I will prepare a star skiff.
We cannot allow the fighting to continue. This is now a race against time to stop this farce that HOOLAY has created. I know Jiao Cho always wants me to know my limits and not get carried away, but now is the time to bring this to a swift end. Contact the Exalting Sanctum. Tell them if they see a light in the sky, all units are to retreat immediately. Madam Yukong, lend me your bow.
Ih. Eita porra. Caralho, que da hora.
What's that? Everyone, out of the way!
Zaralhou tudo no meio do caminho, velho. Eita preula. Nossa, a outra acertou lá na puta que pariu o bagulho, velho. Que da hora. Oh, essa mulher é muito zica, velho. Foi um massacre.
Oh, what a mess. I just knew it would end up this way. Every time she hits the battlefield, she makes a mess like this. She didn't even leave a single survivor to get intel from. One of these men must have known about HOOLAY and Jiao Cho's whereabouts.
Ele ainda tá vivo?
He has to be. A retainer like myself is nothing more than an insignificant shadow who stands by the general's side. But Jiao Cho is different. Without his careful treatment, the general wouldn't even be here today. Hopefully, he can use that silver tongue of his to buy himself enough time. Take a good look around. If you can find one or two Borisin that aren't dead yet, let me know. I don't care how tight their lips are sealed. I always have a way to crack them open and get the information we need.
What a terrifying attack.
Sobrou logo ele, Motoque.
Who could have imagined that such astonishing strength would lie in the hands of a Foxian war slave? So decisive. So brutal. She is more like a descendant of Duran than we who have fallen to our current state. No wonder the warhead has his eyes on her.
I remember you, Mock Talk. You are harder to kill than a cockroach.
Isso é mais difícil de matar do que barato.
But the fact that you have willingly shown yourself saves us some time. It is not too late for you to surrender. Tell me, where are HOOLAY and Jiao Cho?
Save your energy, Yaoqing monkey. If there is one principle that we beasts know well, it is that we might have to break off an arm to break free from a cage. Today, I will be that arm. I lived as a hunter for many years. Yet I have only followed the warhead for this recent, brief period. However, his existence has brought light back to our once blind eyes, like the moon of Verdantia. He has shown me the way. The descendants of Duran have abandoned the Wolf's Creed. In order to ensure our survival, we took solace in the shadows and fed on one another. We were no longer wolves. We were no more than rats, living a dirty and pathetic life. Thanks to the gift granted to us by Lord HOOLAY, I have shared his vision and his blood. The descendants of Duran should live for the victory of the pack, and they should die for it as well. Come, Yao Qing man. Show me your fangs. We will fight to the death!
Pugh. How honorable, you mangy dog. But you seem to have misunderstood. There will be no fair one-on-one duel. Let's see how tough you are once we've put you down.
I must... Hold on.
Show me what you can do. The fearless knows not fear.
Borisin resurgence shall come.
No matter how heroic your sacrifice, there is no honor in your battles or deaths, Borisin.
It seems that Moktok got what he wished for.
HOOLAY, your declaration of war is over. From now on, no matter where you run, General Fei Xiao will catch you and send you to the same fate as Moktok.
Your tongue is sharper than your claws. Don't stand in my way, child. Have your general speak with me. Our little hunting game is not over yet.
Stand down, Waltza. I am here, HOOLAY. What do you wish to say?
The Merlin's Claw. Though we have never met on the battlefield, I have heard many interesting things about you from both my men and your healer. The people of the Xiangzhou must be quite brave to allow a Foxian war slave with Borisin blood to ascend to the position of general. Has no one ever questioned that lineage of yours? Or could it be that your grand achievements were enough to convince everyone to keep their lips sealed?
Claiming to have family ties with the enemy sounds to me like an attempt at asking for mercy. HOOLAY,
A
are you
cara dela.
begging me for mercy?
I see that it is not only the ruthless blood of a wolf that courses through your veins, but also the cunning blood of a fox. When you think about it, this was a gift from the Borisin. Anything that we gift, we are also free to reclaim. The Merlin's Claw. I shall extend a final invitation to you. I will be waiting for you on the Sky Splitter. Before you arrive, I will slaughter all in sight, allowing the crimson moon that has fallen dim for over 700 years to once more come to life. I will illuminate this ship with the sheen of blood and show everyone just how weak and powerless the Xiangzhou is. Then, I will pilot this ship through every blockade and barrier you have prepared and begin my journey home. This ship shall be the flagship for the Borisin Resurgence! finish these tasks of mine, you have a chance to stop me or die at my hands. This is the path that I have prepared for you.
I accept your challenge, HOOLAY. Because the very moment you stepped aboard the Sky Splitter, you stepped onto your path to ruin.
E a dança da guerra já vai começar.
I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter.
That's easy for my grandfather to say. But this mission doesn't seem so simple anymore. The first round of the tournament is about to begin. I wonder how Yanqing and the others are doing. According to the plan, I should seek out the Cloud Knight soldiers aboard the Sky Splitter and see if they've discovered anything. Maybe I should take a moment to meet with March before the tournament starts. March is in the contestants' lounge right now. I wonder how her preparations are coming along. March, it's me, Yunli. Are you okay?
Ow! Just a moment, I'm coming.
She's still a nervous wreck.
Coitada da massa. Que dó dela.
You still seem nervous.
I wasn't this nervous before. It's just being alone in this lounge, I can't stop thinking about everything. I mean, not only are we taking part in the war dance, but we have such an important mission to carry out as well.
March, calm down.
Não precisa se preocupar com a missão, eu tô aqui pra ajudar você.
Don't worry about your mission. You have me here too, right? I know my grandfather said that you must represent the Luofu as the ringmaster. But don't let that intimidate you. Ask yourself. You are a nameless of the Astral Express. You have always been free to come and go as you please. So, why did you board the Sky Splitter with me when my grandfather gave us this mission?
Parando pra pensar, a Márcia lá no Penacone, a Márcia não tava... Quer dizer, teve alguma vez que a Márcia ela pegou pra surtar tanto assim, igual agora? Acho que não, né? Essa é a primeira vez.
Why? Because I also want the war dance to go smoothly. For us nameless, even though we're just visitors at every stop, it was here that I met my two masters and made many new friends. I want the war dance to go ahead without any problems, for everyone's sake.
Good answer. The tournament is about to begin, so I must go carry out the mission that Grandpa gave me. March, may your blade be sharp and your victory glorious.
Thank you, Master Yunli.
According to Grandpa's plan, I should seek out the Cloud Knight soldiers aboard the Sky Splitter and see if there have been any new developments.
Nossa, minha facial tá indo pro saco, coitada.
Is that you, Miss Yunli? If there's anything that I can help you with, please let me know.
Como estão os cavaleiros?
The Cloud Knights are all in position, following General Huaiyan's orders.
Very good. Although, there is one thing I want to confirm with you.
Vocês conhecem algum método para identificar os Lobão?
Unfortunately, we don't have any means to distinguish between Borisin and Foxians. However, you can rest assured that the Cloud Knights are working hard to investigate the source of the forged identities.
Tá, como é que tá todo mundo sendo mobilizado?
All Cloud Knights on the Sky Splitter have their own responsibilities and wouldn't dare neglect their posts.
March 7th and I could already tell. It's clear that every Cloud Knight soldier we've met on the Sky Splitter is an elite warrior.
Tá, se tiver alguma irregularidade aí, me avisa,
Your
tá?
timing is perfect, Miss Yunli. We actually just received an emergency boarding request.
An emergency boarding request?
It wasn't on the Sky Splitter Starskiff registry, but all the documentation checked out.
Who would be boarding the ship at this time? Where are they? I'll go check it out.
The Starskiff is using the contestant docking bay. Would you like me to lead the way?
No need. You have your own duties to take care of. I will be fine by myself. Routine inspection! All passengers, please prepare for an inspection. So this is the suspicious Starskiff. Where did the passengers go?
Mas já chegaram?
I'm going to count down from 10. If you do not come out, I will destroy the ship. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Time is running out. 3,
Ué.
It's me. It's just a routine inspection. You weren't actually going to blow up the ship, were you? Is that also some kind of Zhuming custom?
Mas por que também ele não falou que era ele?
Didn't little Yenjing claim he was going to give up being the ringmaster and go on the hunt instead? Help shoulder the general's burdens?
The Borisin on the ground suddenly launched an attack. General Fei Xiao was concerned that this was all a diversion by HOOLAY, so I requested to come to the Sky Splitter and provide support.
I can't believe you ended up back here on the Sky Splitter after running around all over the place. But you're too late to enter the tournament now. Following Grandpa's plan, our disciple March is taking your place as ringmaster. Aren't you proud of her?
When I first heard the news, I was definitely proud, but also a little concerned.
More manpower is always a good thing, since the Sky Splitter is so large. Oh, and by the way, you should know that...
What's happening?
Does it feel like the Sky Splitter has slowed down? Could it be? Come with me. We need to check the engine room. It's the heart of the ship, so we need to prioritize its safety.
Corre. Resumindo, corre.
The war dance is about to begin. Contestants, please make your way to the arena.
A mina andando descalça, velho. Não tô tocando isso não, velho.
Strange. Why is there no one here?
Cloud Knights. They're over here.
And you should be lying alongside them. Don't worry, children. There's plenty of space to hide your bodies over here.
Even though I truly hoped that the war dance would go ahead uninterrupted, and that I was worrying for no reason.
Now that these guys have finally shown up, it's a huge weight off my mind. Bring it on, you abominations!
If we found 2 wolves in the engine room, that means that even more abominations have infiltrated other areas. HOOLAY is already aboard the Sky Splitter!
There's no time to talk about this. The war dance has already started. If my guess is correct, the Borisin will most likely use the ceremony to begin their slaughter. Let's go. We need to get to the war dance ring. Come with me. To the ring.
Não, essa porta de novo. Ei, mandou o cara aqui pra dentro, sai fora.
We would like to welcome all of our honored guests and contestants to the Xianzhou Luofu's Luminary War Dance Ceremony. Before we get the first round underway, our organizing committee would like to introduce you all to a host known throughout the cosmos, Mr. Albert. He is here today as our special guest host.
Albert.
Let us invite our special guest host, Mr. Albert, to the stage to formally open the war dance.
Ai, safados. Eles iam mostrar o... Ai, desgraçados. Nem fodendo, mano. O lobo filha da puta apareceu bem na pior hora possível.
From this moment on, the Sky Splitter belongs to me.
Eles iam mostrar o Albert, cara, nem fudendo.
Desgraçados!
Filha da puta.
I have prepared a true fight to the death. Now, run for your lives.
My apologies. The spectators that you were expecting aren't here. Everyone here actually came to see you. Cloud Knights, prepare for battle. Xianzhou swords, Cloud Knight wars. Xianzhou swords, Cloud Knight wars.
I see you ready for me.
bebiam feia. You tonight.
That's fine too. Since you have all prepared for
Vê que eu imaginei que tem pouca gente nesse lugar.
give me all you've got. Entertain me.
3 horas antes.
Surround your enemy, but leave one side open. This is your strategy for ensuring that the war dance will be able to be held as usual?
Precisely. When HOOLAY escaped, we should have cancelled the war dance immediately. No one can predict where a wild beast like him will attack. Yet festivals and celebrations like this are likely to become targets. However, preparations for the war dance were in the works for so long, I couldn't bear to announce its cancellation. So I thought, if the show must go on, then let it go on. But that doesn't mean that the war dance we hold today has to be the real event. All we need to do is swap all the spectators and contestants aboard the ship with Cloud Knight soldiers, and the Sky Splitter, soaring high above, will become the ultimate battleground for our hunt.
But what do we do if HOOLAY is not planning to attack the war dance?
Then we just need to draw his attention to the Sky Splitter. We'll have the Skyfaring Commission clear all transport lanes and cut down Starskiff traffic. Then, when the time comes, there will be only one ship in the sky, and he will have no reason not to attack. General Fei Xiao will be in charge of scaring the wolves and cutting off their other means of escape, making him think that this will be his best way out. Given that the Borisin already have insiders on the Law Fu, I will be in charge of putting pressure on them, making them focus solely on keeping themselves safe.
Very good. Then I'd better dust off my weary bones too. I will go with the Skyfaring Commission to guard the Jade Gate and ensure that things do not spiral out of control.
Knowing that Elder Huayan is part of our last line of defense is a great comfort. This hunt will make HOOLAY understand that the arrows of the hunt will always be one step ahead of the abominations.
That jolt just now. What's going on? It feels like the entire ship has started to slow down. Borisin must have actually infiltrated the Sky Splitter. Based on General Huayan's orders, it's time for me to take action.
Rapaz, ó. Cara, ó, olha o tamanho disso aqui, velho. Eu tô indo e voltando. Eu tô indo e voltando. Indo e voltando. Indo e voltando. Caraca, mano, eu tô acompanhando muitas linhas aqui ao mesmo tempo, velho. Isso tá... Quer dizer, isso torna a missão muito mais dinâmica. Obviamente, né? Mas... Caraca.
You guys... You're not Cloud Knights acting as Borisin, are you? You're real Borisin, aren't you?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Eu acho engraçado como a minha...
That if HOOLAY appears, the Cloud Knights will assemble and do everything they can to suppress him. Master Yunli, where are you?
Eu acho engraçado como a minha Astron, ele é basicamente a minha Rutal da conta do Star Rail, porque a Rutal é a personagem mais forte que eu tenho lá do Genshin, bem buildada e tal, e aqui é a Astron. Sobre o planejamento e a deliberação cuidadosa dos generais, você está prestes a enfrentar os inimigos. Bora! Sarve!
I was concerned about the safety of the Sky Splitter, and my dear disciple, of course.
Claro, claro. Com certeza era isso.
Mentiroso! Yanqing, the wolf you're hunting is standing above us in the war dance ring at this very moment, facing the Cloud Knights. This war dance will not be seen by the people of the Xianzhou, nor will it be just a ceremonial sword fight. This is a battle to the death that offers no honor, only mortal danger. March, are you ready?
Eu sou a 7 de março. Todos no cinema essa hora.
I am March 7th, a sword
Absolute
master who
cinema.
will represent the Law Fu
Yunli, Miss March, may your blades be sharp, and your victories glorious.
Vambora.
May your blades be sharp, and your victories glorious.
May your blades... Ah, forget it. Let's go and make this a quick victory.
Estão fazendo um drama muito dramático nessa. Opa. Aparentemente foi todo mundo pro caralho. Como era de se imaginar. Cutscene. Ah, combate normal aí. Aí não.
I simply shall send some young cubs to the slaughter.
Remember this. My name is March 7th, Ringmaster of the Lawfu.
Does the Xianzhou Lawfu not have any worthy warriors?
I wouldn't let my guard down if I were you. It's about time this old wolf tasted defeat at the hands of a young cub.
You think a little ambush is enough to defeat me?
O design desse bicho é da hora pra caramba, velho. Fica visando um pouco da hora aqui, hein?
Such insane power.
Shao finally arrives.
I venture forth forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Nossa, 3% de vida, af. É sempre assim, velho. Toda vez sobra algum tiquinho de vida. Ah, pro saco, vai, filho.
It will take much more than that. Your feeble weapons are like blades of brass. I've had enough. Time to finish this game. What's happening?
Que drogou o bicho? O que aconteceu? Nossa,
Secrets are a weapon that a hunter cannot live without. Those that have no secrets are no more than prey, cut open and waiting for death.
Esse aí também tá só o pó, coitado.
What you're saying is, in your eyes, I am no more than prey that has exhausted all of its secrets and is simply awaiting its death.
Do you think you have some other escape route? Oh, Jiao Cho, I have already peeled back your disguises and defenses, layer by layer. I know all the secrets that you and your general have buried so deep.
But you have told me all of your secrets too, Warhead.
Oh, but you will never have a chance to use them. You will be buried with them right here. Although, you are a fortunate one, after all. You will avoid having to see the tragic future that awaits your general. I'm sure she understands her fate far better than you ever will. One day on the battlefield, she will be overpowered by her ever-intensifying moon rage, and finally be torn apart by her fury and transformation. Not even your god can save her from this fate. Although, they can lead her to liberation.
Ela? Ela quem?
And the only way to save her is here, in my hands.
Are you the
O curandeiro sou eu ou você?
Or am I? Are you really that certain of your own judgment?
I must leave, Foxian. But before I go, you know what I must do. don't you?
Drink blood wine. I hear it is a Borisin custom to kill prisoners and drink their blood before battle to stir up their madness.
You really did put hard work into researching us. It is a shame that this is where your journey
Calma aí, ele vai mesmo morrer, o Jiao Chao? Nem...
Are you the healer, Jiao Cho?
Is there anything that I can do for you?
I heard that you saved me.
There's no need to thank me.
If you're a healer, can you cure my moon rage?
And what if I can? Do I just sit back and watch as you head back out to die in battle? Listen to me, child. Your condition is not suited for the battlefield.
Okay, then can you cure war?
What are you talking about? I'm just a healer. All I can do is...
So all you can do is heal us and let us go cure war.
Such arrogance, young lady. This war has been waged for thousands of years, and it will only continue. What do you mean by cure war? All you will achieve is getting yourself killed.
You healers work yourselves to the bone to save people, even though there will always be sickness and death. So we will also keep fighting. I cannot speak for the dead, but I know that General Yueyu, as well as all the warriors that never returned from battle, will not have died in vain. They fought so that others could make it home alive. Your actions are no different.
Jiao Cho, this is an order. Cure me!
Como podemos fazer uma criança nojentinha comer pimentas verdes? Como podemos fazer um lobo desconfiado e desonesto a beber veneno? Eu já sei a resposta. Ah! Nem fudendo.
Those who have no secrets are no more than prey.
Então, quando ele bebeu o sangue dele, já tava cheio de veneno por dentro. Ah, velho, nem fudendo que esse personagem vai morrer, velho.
HOOLAY. Unfortunately, I am not a man without secrets. I still have one little secret hidden up my sleeve. Tumble dust. I drank it a while ago.
Puta que pariu, velho.
And the poison is already flowing through my veins. Sooner or later, you will begin to feel the effects. If the most lethal poison known to this world is able to save innocent lives, then it can also be called a great medicine. I will do my best to cure you. Fish out. I kept my promise. At the cost of this insignificant life, bring victory to the Yaoqing.
Nem a palma. Caralho, que foda isso que ele fez.
So, you want to play dirty? Here, it's colder.
My sword is even colder.
Despertou alguma coisa neles aí que agora tá...
movements are slowing down.
Tá de boa?
This is our chance.
Time for us
Ai, ai.
to put this dog down.
You. The pathetic little poison my bliss. You think this is enough to turn the tide of battle? I may be slowing down. Does not mean you can defeat
Cara, que da hora, velho. Pô, Eu não tô acreditando ainda, velho, que o Jiao Chao ele vai morrer mesmo, mano. Tipo, cara, foi uma atitude assim do caralho que ele fez agora, mas. Cara, nem a pau, bicho.
That does not mean you cannot be overpowered. HOOLAY, take a good look. The power of the Cloud Knights is in my blood.
É, cortou. Ih, filho, sai do meio, porra. Que porra foi essa? O que ele fez? Ele imitou aquele golpe lá da outra lá, velho. A Jing Liu, sei lá. Sempre esqueço o nome dela. Olha ela aí, ó. Meu Deus, mas eu tô trocando de lado toda hora, velho. Caralho, gente.
I was so scared. I thought you were a goner there. We're so lucky the general made it in time.
And Jing, that was amazing. The final blow you dealt to HOOLAY. How have I never seen that before?
A gente derrotou ele mesmo.
Was it really us who defeated HOOLAY? Why do I feel like he suddenly started to flag during our battle?
It must have been our awe-inspiring righteousness that struck fear into his heart.
A nossa justiça botou pressão nele, é
You
isso.
really are an overthinker. What's the point of worrying about these things? Who cares why he started to weaken?
Oi.
The hunt is finally over. Thank you for holding out so long. The Cloud Knights are withdrawing as we speak. Lieutenant Yang Ching, how are you holding up?
Você salvou minha vida.
I thought I was done for.
I wouldn't want General Jing Yuan to lose the disciple that brings him so much pride. When I sensed that HOOLAY was not on the ground, I raced to get here as quickly as I could. Who would have imagined that I would arrive late to the battlefield for the first time in my life? No. Perhaps you young ones' blades were just too fast for me. I originally thought, in the best-case scenario, you would team up and hold this beast back while protecting yourselves. However, you joined forces and defeated HOOLAY. The youth are truly to be feared and respected. Come. We need to lock up HOOLAY once again before anything unexpected happens.
Tá, ô bichão, vamos embora pra prisão, vai? Vamos dar um passeio.
Such an unforgettable blade. So similar to the one wielded by that woman who defeated me all those years ago. Over 700 years have passed. And I thought I would have a way to overcome it by now. But in the end, my fangs and claws were too slow. You won, child.
Stop struggling, HOOLAY. There's plenty of time for you to be tortured by your regrets when you go back to the shackling prison.
Yes, I was defeated, but this was not unexpected. And regardless, you still showed your face, Fei Xiao.
Levanta aí, vambora.
I have looked forward to this for so long. Our little hunting game has finally reached its climax. I told you before, I had a path prepared for you. You've doomed yourselves.
Ih, será que ele vai... Eita porra!
So shall the entire Xianzhou Longbow. The crimson wound in my chest will make this place shine with blood.
Ih, vai todo mundo enlouquecer. Agora fodeu.
This is the heart of the Borisin warhead, a product of the plague mark. I'll leave the next part to you.
Ela não vai, sei lá, comer essa porra não, né?
Don't understand. We cannot allow this thing to spread. I will do all
Isso aqui
within
da
my
hora,
power to
louco.
conceal this crimson moon. Once the situation changes, Lieutenant Yenqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military rules. Understood.
É, ela comeu essa porra. Puta que pariu. Agora a gente vai enfrentar ela. Ih, tá pega. Então esse provavelmente era o plano do Hoolay desde o começo. Atrair ela até aqui pra ela virar essa nova aberração, né, digamos assim.
Die, Borisin.
What? We clearly don't have wolf ears.
I will not allow any of you
Agora...
to leave the Sky Splitter.
Aí ela não tem fraqueza contra...
Hoolay just wanted to take down the general.
Fraqueza contra vento. Aí toma no meu rabo.
Snap out of it, General. Battle, fight, to live.
Nossa, mas...
Take 4 in position.
É a minha falha falar que tá forte, porque do nada ela tomou só um coice e já perdeu vida pra caramba. Olha lá. Calma, Festial. Calma, moça.
But do we stand any chance at all?
She said, I'll leave the next part to you.
Nossa, tomou uma de graça ainda, coitada da Emily. Ih!
Trying.
I promise, I will cure you. Feisha.
O cara do nada jogou um bug na cara da mulher.
No one can live forever, Zhao Zhao. This time, I must break my promise.
Não, nem vem, ela não vai morrer também não, né? Não, ô jogo, sai fora. Que isso? Do nada?
Is this the Sky Splitter? Or somewhere else? Lieutenant Yenqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military rules. Understood.
We can't let her get away.
Snap out of it, General.
You always lead the hardest battles for yourself. Even now, you would never run away. Isn't it strange? That as your enemy, I understand you even better than your own allies.
Hoolay?
This rage, I remember the taste. I know that it was never victory that it thirsted for. But the hunt itself, isn't that right, Fei Xiao?
You shouldn't be here. I saw you die with my own eyes.
Just consider me a figment of your imagination.
Invenção da sua imaginação, ok.
Every hunt, I make preparations for defeat and retreat. But not this time. This time, defeat was exactly the ending I was racing towards. When I learned your story from Zhao Zhou, I realized that he had always been hiding a secret, and that not even the healer himself understood the meaning of this secret. What an ironic fate, don't you think? All this time, waiting for this day to come. I never imagined that this was how it would turn out. But I accept it. Now, let us break through the ironclad defenses of the Arbiter General
Ixi. Mas... Rapaz...
I'm sure that the people of the Xianzhou have shown you these familiar scenes countless times. But they only showed you what they wanted you to see. They have you fight to save the weak. But what they never told you is that when all the pretenses of kindness and compassion are stripped away, this is how the universe is meant to be. When the Xianzhou is weak, they play the victim so they can win your sympathy. When they are strong, they make you their avenger and have you fight in the name of justice. I found it. This is your shadow of doubt.
Tá, use um ataque pra quebrar a ilusão.
Your so-called survival of the fittest is nothing but an excuse. You cannot weaken my resolve, HOOLAY.
Blinded by the fury of your moon rage, you slaughtered your allies. Merlin's Claw, you have betrayed the Alliance.
Ele aí tá aqui, tá basicamente criando uma ilusão na cabeça dela de que ela vai virar essa aberração, e é isso mesmo.
Your actions are no different from those of the abominations we stand against.
At the end of the day, it is the blood of the abominations that runs through your veins. One day, you will inevitably become an enemy of the Alliance. Cloud Knights, formation!
You ran into the arms of your new master's army without hesitation. You thought that you had found freedom, respect, and recognition. But you were wrong. They know all too well that a wolf will always be a wolf. Now your greatest fear is about to come true. You have become an enemy of the Xianzhou. This is your fear.
You aim
Some.
to instill terror within me. Yet all of this is nothing but a phantom!
Sai.
Time to return to the pack, Fei Shao. No matter how deep the hatred you bear for the Borisin, no matter how much we may consider each other enemies, I will still show you this path that you never imagined was available to you. Because you made a choice. You devoured the Crimson Moon. You are worthy to become the Borisin's warhead.
What did you say?
The descendants of Duran who came to rescue
Tá.
me hoped with all their hearts that once I regained my freedom, I would be able to turn the tides of battle and change the fate of our people, allowing the Borisin to return to their former glory. But this was just a dream used by
Ah, isso aí é o que ele já tá falando, ah tá. Que pensão não é? Como assim? Mas ele já falou isso.
They would rather place their hopes of survival on an imaginary savior than gain the courage and strength to fight to the death. Borisin like that deserve no more than to be sent to their deaths. And I, a prisoner who was held captive for over 700 years, a criminal of war who was deprived even an honorable death in battle, would become a puppet upon my return, at the mercy of others. This is a fate that I will never accept. For those who are truly strong, Foxy and Borisin are no more than labels. Someone who is truly strong chooses their own path. I will create that new path for myself. I will pass the right to decide the destiny
Oxi. Vou dar pra você o direito de decidir o destino deles, ué. Matar todo mundo, né? Quer dizer, matar todos esses lobão, né? Ué. Tô te entendendo, ó. Óbvio que...
Become a new you.
That's right. We are so similar after all. We are both monsters that were born for war, and will die for war.
I'm sure my answer doesn't need much explanation. I refuse.
Meio óbvio.
I told you before, Foxian and Borisin are no more than labels. You can be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. Accept these truths, and the Borisin will bow to you. Destroy them, reduce them to dust, or teach them to become servants of the Xianzhou. You are free to do as you please. Carve your name into the Xianzhou's history books, or into the list of arch enemies.
Ué? Eu achei que o cara ia manipular ela mais nesse sentido dela virar um novo HOOLAY, digamos assim, mas ele falou, se você quiser matar todo mundo e virar um herói do Xianzhou, você pode fazer isso aí também. Ué, não tô te entendendo, amigo, que bipolaridade é essa?
Você é doido de pedra!
You have no idea what it is that I truly desire. When I was just a child, I stained my hands with blood for the first time, in order to escape the whips and shackles of the Wolf Masters.
Nirgal, don't stop! Keep running! I can't run anymore. Saran, are they catching up? They're still behind us. Don't stop! Nirgal, look up! Look at that light in the sky! That's a shooting star. It's shining down on us. If we just tell it our wish, we can have our freedom. We will all be able to escape. We'll win our freedom and then share it with our cooler brothers and sisters. So you have to run. Quickly. We can do it. We can escape.
Da densa escuridão veio o uivo feroz dos lobos e os gritos das bestas selvagens. Olha os lobos, é o time da Red, né?
Você encaixa muito bem já. Ai, é desastre!
Nirgal, run with me!
We ran and ran with all the strength we had. I escaped the hunting pack and encountered a woman that could fly. A Cloud Knight.
I imagine you kept your promise.
Unfortunately, when I led her back in order to free my Coulor companions, there was nothing left there but a bottomless pit.
The light of the devilish archer. A star of calamity that strikes the ground and leaves only devastation in its wake.
In the years that followed, I followed the trail of that light alongside my Cloud Knight allies, and saw it fall countless more times. Gradually, I came to understand. That light was not some shooting star that carried wishes and aspirations. Each Lux arrow meant that countless lives In a helpless world, we're about to be obliterated. I prayed to the god of the skybow that I would never have to witness one of these shooting stars fall again. But they ignored my prayers.
That's right. They never answer us. They just let us loose in this world to massacre each other. That is why the fierce battle between us has raged to this day. And the gods who never plead nor cry, who walk silently from above, refuse to listen to the prayers of mortals. Then we have no choice but to fight for our own desires. Do you understand now, Saran? You and I are similar in more ways than you think.
Então o verdadeiro nome da Feixal é Saran.
You are a beast that was born for war and will die for war.
Perhaps. So, what is it that you yearn for, HOOLAY? Why is it that you fight?
I fight so that I can turn the stars above into a great wilderness for the Borisin to roam. What about you, Saran?
I fight so that one day I will never have to witness another shooting star falling to the ground. So that just one more person can live and return to the Yaoqing alongside me.
You would resist becoming the person you were supposed to be. Lower yourself from a free wolf to a domesticated fox just for the sake of one person. Then have it your way. I will use your fear and doubt as my nourishment. I will seize you and devour you. I will replace you and become a Shao.
We are so similar. Both monsters that were born for war and will die for war. You were right when you said that, HOOLAY. So, I shall pray to the heavens. Even if they do not respond to me, I pray that the arrows of the hunt will pierce the heart of every monster.
Ah, lá vem outra estrela dessa.
Do you see me, shooting star?
Oh.
The knights are sworn to protect the Xianzhou. I will uphold this vow until my very last day.
Eita, apareceu a divindade da caça. Cara, isso tem aparecido. Não, calma aí.
The day I was born, the skies have cried tears of blood, and all living creatures have bowed and lamented. I once commanded the strong and hunted the weak. Now, I will use your air beast as my weapon, and your name as my prey. Fei Xiao!
Eita.
Tear back your disguises and show you how cowardly and powerless you truly are, HOOLAY!
Calma aí, filha, calma aí.
Every Borisin and Foxian. The moment you grow weak, it will devour you.
Posso falar? Partes eclípticas da fera interior e sombras da Feixal estão ressonando. A próxima ação será aprimorada. A redução de tenacidade recebida pelas partes durante o estado de ressonância vai aumentar. Quando a parte estiver afetada com quebra de fraqueza, as ações de todas as unidades aliadas vão ser avançadas. Tá, ok. Cara, esse momento dela agora mostrando a divindade da caça, isso foi da hora pra caralho, velho. Teve isso no em Penacone também, quando a gente conseguiu o poder da harmonia. E, nossa, aquele momento eu arrepiei tudo. E aqui, porra, que é isso, velho? Que... Eu tô num cinema, por acaso, é?
And your life will be stolen. Fight to the death, and you shall live forever!
Ê, bicho, só que vai demorar, hein? Tô até vendo.
Uma eternidade depois.
Ai, tá acabando.
Our little
Corre,
hunting
praga.
ends here. Mighty light of the heavens, wolf in my heart, come to me. We shall conquer as one.
Cara, essa animação dela de virando tipo um super saiyajin aqui todo poderoso voando, às vezes isso tá muito da hora, velho. Adoro essa personagem. Vai pro saco, vai, ô filha da puta.
My only enemy has always been myself.
General. General, you're awake.
Conforme o mutuado da guerra é derrotado e mortos, os soldados não conseguem mais existir e são completamente esmagados. Então eu e Mose, a gente encontrou o Jiao Qiao à beira da morte. Tá, então ele ainda tecnicamente está vivo. E dessa vez tem mais um assunto que precisa ser resolvido antes. É sobre a fuga da prisão, né? Então o cara quase bateu as botas.
I'd like to hear their explanations.
Foi por muito pouco. Paguei essa conquista aqui. Você tá irritado? Mano, olha isso aqui, velho. Que bizarrice é essa aqui, mano? Estamos na reta final já.
Welcome, Miss Lingsha. I am Preceptor Tauron.
Greetings, my honored preceptor. It's been a while since we last touched base. I've brought a friend with me today. I believe you're already familiar with each other.
Tauron? Elder Tauron? I remember when I was exiled, you were on the verge of passing on. What's with this new look?
All of this is thanks to your past life. Had you not been so rash, I wouldn't have had to walk such a dangerous road to free our clan, becoming this specter of my former self. Dan Heng, you've returned twice, but it seems that meeting us fossils wasn't on your agenda. Regrettable indeed. Now here you are to meet me anyway. Life does love its ironies, doesn't it?
I didn't come here with Miss Lingsha today to reminisce.
Indeed. When the Cauldron Master extends an invitation, it's only proper for the Preceptors to attend.
As the newly appointed Cauldron Master, there's been much to take care of within the Alchemy Commission. It's only now that I've had the chance to speak with you. Please forgive the delay, Elder. I sent over some evidence regarding the prison break in the Shackling prison. I trust you've already looked it over.
Yes. You sent us the remains of Mara-struck soldiers, a map of the Shackling prison, and a semblance reversion essence pill.
These are the remains of assassins who used Cloud Hymn magic to conceal their tracks. They aided in the Borisins' escape, allowing them unimpeded passage through the Shackling prison. That marked-up map is a map of prisoners' escape routes. Vidyadhara craftsmen once made blueprints for the prison's construction, so I imagine, Mr. Tauron, you have a similar map in your possession. This pill
is semblance reversion essence. Indeed. I helped plot the prison break in the Shackling prison.
So, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus joining forces with the Lord Ravager to stir up trouble in the Alchemy Commission, the introduction of the Stellaron, and the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection all have something to do with the Vidyadhara.
That's right.
Então se admite?
Are you surprised?
Assim tão fácil?
After all, both of you were sent here by the seat of divine foresight as messengers to hear my confession, weren't you? Ever since the sedition of Imbibidor Lunae, the population of the Vidyadhara has dwindled. With the High Elder exiled, a few of us preceptors had to do what we could to turn the tide. My methods might have been drastic, perhaps even incomprehensible. But it was all for one cause. The survival of the Vidyadhara. Yet, the Xianzhou natives zealously forbid any plague marks and did nothing while the Vidyadhara suffered. Danheng, Lingsha, as Vidyadhara, you should understand the desperation behind my actions. All I've tried to do is to ensure our survival.
I'm well aware of the challenges the Vidyadhara face. Fighting for survival isn't a sin, but Elder, your actions have gone beyond mere survival. You've become a beast driven solely by the propagation, devoid of even a hint of empathy.
Oh. Despite calling ourselves a noble draconic bloodline, at our core, we're merely bipedal beasts. The survival of our kind is paramount. If I hadn't resorted to beastly actions, the Vidyadhara might not even exist. The sages show no mercy, as the old wisdom goes. When the High Elder abandoned our people's survival, I had to shoulder the world's sins alone. Lingsha, Danheng, the past is behind us. But the future of the Vidyadhara still lies within your grasp. The situation on the Xianzhou Luofu has changed rapidly. As Vidyadhara, we must unite in purpose and avoid the mistakes of the previous Imbibidor Lunae.
I was initially skeptical about the Vidyadhara's betrayal of the Alliance. But after hearing your confession, I realized that there is no point in talking about trust. Breaking the covenant of our alliance will bring war upon the Vidyadhara. Even if we are able to have offspring again, what difference will it make?
Once my plan succeeds, the Alliance will see the Vidyadhara as their saviors. Because both parties ultimately share the same interests.
A Aliança vai ver a gente como salvadores, tipo... Como? O cara tá querendo basicamente atacar todo o Xianzhou só por causa da espécie dele sobreviver? Não tô entendendo um negócio desse. Será que é o sono? Será porque eu acabei de acordar? Pô, são 3h44 da manhã, eu acordei aqui pra me tentar gravar pelo menos 1 hora antes de sair pra trabalhar, mas não sei se... Calma aí, moço, explica de novo, é porque eu acho que eu tô dormindo ainda.
Has been engaged in brutal warfare against the denizens of abundance, yet victory has remained beyond reach. Have you ever wondered why? Should the Alliance emerge victorious, they will inevitably become the next denizens of abundance. However, if they suffer defeat, the Alliance will face extinction. Thus, the Alliance has deceitfully upheld this precarious balance. However, I have a way to escape from this dilemma. The Alliance's path to salvation lies within the secret of dragon transmutation. Imagine if there were a way to transform other life forms into Vidyadhara. The Alliance would then possess an endless stream of soldiers and would not need to worry about casualties.
Então o que ele quis aí com essa fuga dos Borisins e dando essa... como é que eu posso dizer? Dando essa aparência mais humana pra eles, foi tipo um teste pra ele tentar transformar outras espécies do chão, outras pessoas do Xianzhou em Vidyaras?
Once the war ended, these soldiers would cease reproduction, eliminating concerns of overpopulation. This is the way to salvation for the Xianzhou Alliance. The ultimate path to end the universe's suffering under the immortality plague. Only we, the Vidyadhara, can achieve this.
Esse cara é mais louco do que o Thanos, beleza.
So, you relied on this rhetoric to manipulate the ignorant members of the Vidyadhara into serving you. I am deeply disappointed in you, Elder. Your thoughts and intentions are completely devoid of empathy. Cloud Knights!
Hold it!
Ai, ai, ai.
Miss Bailu!
Tinha que meter uma refém, né, filho de uma puta, véi.
Mr. Danheng and Sister Lingsha! Everyone's... here?
You think I don't know why you're really here? Jing Yuan sent you here to test me, didn't he? According to the oath between the Alliance and the Vidyadhara, it's forbidden to spill Vidyadhara blood on their own territory. Are you all ready to violate this oath in the presence of the Luofu's High Elder?
Dragon Lady, there's no need to panic. Elder, the Vidyadhara's sacred grounds and the High Elder are not to be used as pawns in exchange for your life.
You talk a big game. As if you have the nation and the people's best interests at heart. But when it really matters, you use a small girl as your shield. It's ridiculously pitiful.
I've said it before. Survival is never a sin. We're all Vidyadhara, so you should understand my intentions. And as a Vidyadhara, I will leave for you a dignified solution. Leave the Scale Gorge waterscape immediately, and appeal to the top echelons of the Alliance. Let the 6 charioteers hold a trial, and sentence me to exuviation and rebirth.
Você quer o quê?
I see right through your plans, Mr. Tauron. Vidyadhara rebirth erases past crimes, but I'm well aware of the Preceptor's dirty tricks during rebirth. You might not be you, but you will still be you. I won't forgive myself for past sins under the pretext of knowing nothing, nor will I allow you to evade accountability.
Dan Heng, I've always disliked your inability to see the bigger picture. Rebirth hasn't changed you one bit.
Miss Bailu, as High Elder of the Luofu Vidyadhara, please share your thoughts at this moment.
I don't want to stay here. I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm not some puppet to be controlled.
Coitada.
Please, take me away with you.
Tadinha dela.
As the oath dictates, members of the Alliance are forbidden from harming Vidyadhara here. But I've long since severed ties with the Alliance. Right now, I'm simply a nameless, free to come and go as I please. The oath of the Xianzhou means nothing to the spear in my hand.
Nice. Nossa! Eita porra!
Caralho! Get them! Do whatever it takes! Make sure they don't leave here alive.
Caralho, Dan, calma aí, fi.
Dragon Lady, are you alright?
Mexeu com a criança, tá fudido.
I'm fine. Thank you for rescuing me.
Seu arrombado.
You actually came here in person?
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hear your lofty opinions. The public trial you seek with the 6 charioteers is inevitable. In addition, I'll write to the Sage Queller of the Feng Hu. With her hatred for evil, I'm sure she will make a just decision.
If it's her, she will earn the respect and assent of all the Vidyadhara on the Luofu.
In terms of martial prowess, you indeed have the upper hand. But if you're under the impression that this advantage can be used to settle the score with us preceptors, that's quite an overestimation. Given the Vidyadhara's foundation within the Alliance, do you really think you can do anything to us? As I mentioned, I'll take all the blame and become the scapegoat. With the secrets I possess, the interrogation alone will take an eternity. And in the end, through various exchanges of interest, I am certain to survive. You understand this better than anyone, as it's the very art of trade-offs you love to wield. Lastly, a word of caution to you. I heard that HOOLAY has escaped from prison and is headed directly for the Sky Splitter. The bloodshed at the war dance is bound to be gruesome. Perhaps, even before my trial, your impeachment will have you in dire straits first.
Colega, né? Eu tenho uma péssima notícia pra te dar. O rolê já foi pro saco.
Regrettably, Mr. Tauron, the Sky Splitter only hosted Cloud Knights today. no audience. And just moments ago, HOOLAY was executed by the Cloud Knights.
Ih, coringou. Leva esse cara aí, vai. Sai da minha frente. A operação confronto a caça aos lobos acabou. Enquanto isso... Ué? Que tá acontecendo? Eu não achei que você...
Miss March! My dear Miss March!
I was only in the bathroom for a little bit, and you've already arranged my death? Hey, can't you play some normal games with Dragon Lady?
Foi ideia dela.
You really can't keep your mouth shut, can you?
Alright, enough playing. It's time to visit my masters.
The infirmary is right over there. You can go by yourselves. Oh, come back and visit me when you have time.
Tchau, moça. Espero que você fique bem.
Let's not play overly realistic make-believe with this doofus, okay?
Essa brincadeira de novela mexicana. Nem fudendo.
Well, there's not much I could do. General Fei Xiao didn't really give me any chance to shine during this wolf hunt operation. If I had been in the ring, I could have knocked down 10 Hoolays with just one strike.
Oxi.
You sound exactly like Master Yenqing. But for now, both he and Yun Li have been forced to go to the Alchemy Commission for some well-needed rest. I'm the least accomplished in swordplay.
Por que eu falei isso do nada, ué?
I came out unscathed. I really ought to thank my masters for taking all the blows on my behalf.
Voltamos ao normal. Agora provavelmente... Acho que não vai mais ficar mudando de visão, não. Isso aí torna a missão bem dinâmica, mas pô, mudou de visão até demais, velho. Tipo... Caraca.
Look who's here. The beloved Trailblazer and the charming March 7th.
Encantadora, March 7th.
You came to the Alchemy Commission today. Oh, I get it. You are here with March to visit her masters, aren't you?
Exactly. How are my masters doing at the moment?
Unfortunately, only one master is here. I'm doing fine.
E... o Yanqing não resistiu.
Hey, watch your words! Don't you jinx my master?
His injuries weren't that severe. But, well, he'll still need some more time to rest. Considering the intense battle with HOOLAY, and then with General Fei Xiao, the rigorous sparring session with her. His small body couldn't take it anymore.
Master Yun Li, didn't you also engage in combat?
The little babies from the Luofu just don't have the resilience that us kids from the Zhuming have.
I heard from Modza about the tough battle against the wolf troopers. You fought alongside Modza. Did you get hurt?
Eu lutei? Eu quase... Ela cuidou... A Fei Xiao fez quase tudo sozinha.
I heard a few versions of the story from the Cloud Knights who were there. The number of wolf troopers went from a few dozen to thousands. And the number keeps rising. It's becoming more absurd by the minute.
Yun Li, go and lie down.
Got it, Lingsha.
What about that
Vai dormir, vai.
fox healer? And the...
Thank goodness you and the others found Yao Cho. He lost a lot of blood and needs to rest properly. He and Maoza are seriously wounded. I've had to forcibly confine them to the Alchemy Commission. All three from the Yaoqing are critically injured. But fortunately, the Xianzhou Laofu has a miraculous healer lady. It's a silver lining in this misfortune.
It looks like the entire delegation from the Xianzhou Yaoqing is gathered at the Alchemy Commission. Why don't we go see General Fei Xiao and bring her some fruit?
I would normally say no, because they need to rest. But, alas, what can you do when the two of them have a leader who's just as restless? General Fei Xiao just slipped out of the recovery room. She thinks she's so sneaky, but I know everything that happens in the Alchemy Commission. If you're looking to meet her, the luminescent depths might be your best bet. I spotted her heading that way earlier.
Vamos atrás dela, vai.
The sound of those footsteps. They must belong to General Fei Xiao. Out and about, despite the doctor's orders.
Ué, tá os três ignorando as ordens da médica? Ué.
What a coincidence. Someone else who refuses to listen to the doctor's orders.
Well, being a doctor myself, I don't think my knowledge of my own body is inferior to the Dragon Lady's.
The healer does not heal himself. Don't try to act tough in front of me. I'm sorry, Jiao Cho. I didn't expect you to use poison that way. What a miscalculation. If only I'd found you sooner. If only I hadn't sent you to the shackling prison.
The way you're speaking, is this really the Fei Xiao I know? Or could it be a Borisin assassin, imitating your voice to take my life?
Ah, então agora ele não enxerga mais, né, provavelmente.
Jiao Cho, your eyes.
É.
You can't see anymore, can you?
I can still clearly hear the sound of the waves. That's enough for me. Don't blame yourself. You know what I'm more concerned about? Has your body had any changes since you swallowed the Crimson Moon?
I'm not sure. There don't appear to be any changes. However, the many doubts that once plagued me have dissipated.
I never thought I'd live to hear you discuss your health again. But thanks to Moza and that child, the price I've paid seems trivial compared to what we've achieved. I hold no grievances, Fei Xiao. I am content.
I don't know how to offer words of comfort, nor do I know much about curing others' ailments. I am just a warrior, so my pledge to you is simple.
An eye for an eye.
So you were here too.
In this vast universe, there's bound to be someone who can heal your eyes. I'll find them. But until then...
The threat behind all this chaos needs to be dealt with. You must already have some ideas. Let them out.
The resurgence of the Sanctus Medicus and the gathering of the Borisin are merely distractions orchestrated by an unseen force, meant to divide the Alliance's attention. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong fight this time. Once we return to the Yaoqing, I'll personally lead the Verdant Knights into battle. I vow to take down a Lord Ravager and teach the Ruined Legion the true meaning of the hunt.
I knew it. You've always been so impatient.
I apologize for my tardiness once again.
De novo, cara, eu queria falar... Uma coisa que ela falou que tem até um certo sentido é tipo, pô... Tá acontecendo muita coisa em... Tipo, óbvio que o Shanzhou é a China... do Star Rail, por isso que eles têm que ficar voltando aqui toda hora, né, meu? Mas... Bom, isso aqui é mais uma vez eu falando de como que a história do Shanzhou foi muito bagunçada desde a primeira atualização do jogo e como essa versão aqui do Juming com novos personagens, né? Mas resumindo, tudo que eu quis dizer é que para uma história do Shanzhou isso daqui foi muito bem construído, isso aqui ficou perfeito. Foi uma história que eu gostei muito de acompanhar desde o começo até o fim. Então, para não ficar estendendo muito, eu só quis dar esse resumo mesmo, porque até eu tô cansado de ficar ouvindo eu falando sobre essa porra toda hora. Então, chega.
General, seeing you safe and sound puts our minds at ease. HOOLAY's escape caused significant upheaval and forced the war dance to be put on hold. A truly unforeseen disaster. Fortunately, the younger generation showed their valor. They bravely tackled the crisis, putting an end to the disaster and providing a glimmer of hope in a dire situation.
Before Master Diviner Fu Xuan's departure for the Yutre, I consulted with her about the war dance. She left a note stating, "The hexagram oscillates between thunder and heaven, a sign of great power. assuring us that we would successfully navigate any challenges. She advised me to trust the younger generation's abilities and let them lead. Her predictions, it appears, have come true. It's just... the Xianzhou Luofu's long-standing duty of keeping HOOLAY imprisoned ended with his death on the Sky Splitter. This event is likely to bring much criticism from the Alliance's upper ranks.
However, HOOLAY's demise might actually be a blessing in disguise. Broadcasting this news could derail the Borisins' resurgence and quash the ambitions of those who wish to take advantage of his return. Hand over HOOLAY's remains to the Xianzhou Yaoqing, and I'll handle the explanations to the Alliance. But what about the war dance? While the Wolf Hunt mission was a success, the events on the Sky Splitter remain a secret. However, the news of the Borisins' attacks on the streets will spread like wildfire.
The war dance was interrupted, so it must be reconvened. As for the people who witnessed the attacks, beyond placating them, we also need to show them the Xianzhou Cloud Knight's fearless dedication. On the war dance's opening day, rogue Borisin attempted to stir up panic, but was swiftly neutralized by the Merlin's Claw and the Cloud Knights. A genuine tale of heroism that will captivate and calm the public.
As Elder Huayan suggests, the Luofu will do its best to heal the wounded and compensate those who were affected. We aim to reopen the war dance in the coming weeks.
This settles the immediate concerns on the Luofu, but my thoughts linger on the orchestrator behind these events. From the onset of the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, the Xianzhou Luofu has experienced numerous disturbances, directly linked to the Lord Ravager Fantelia.
Her attempt to infiltrate the Xianzhou with the Borisin and sway the Luofu preceptors to join the Sanctus Medicus's insurrection was unsuccessful. But I have a feeling that she is indifferent to the success of her plans.
Rather than outright victory, Fantelia's motives seem to lie in breeding discord and chaos among allies. Should the Alliance fail to mend these rifts, it risks disintegrating into a pile of sand.
The goal of the Xianzhou Alliance has not changed for thousands of years. Perhaps we should point the weapon in our hand toward this new adversary. I plan to bring this matter before the Marshal following the war dance.
With Elder Huayan's insight, one wonders how the Marshal will react.
It's clear we're engaged in a game of chess not seen in thousands of Amber Eras. A game where even the strategists become pawns in battle. Where the stakes are as high as the fates of countless stars in the sky. Predicting the Marshal's decision is beyond me, yet she's well aware of our concerns. She has tasked General Yao Guang with performing extrapolations day and night to gauge the situation comprehensively. We gathered today not just to tackle the Luofu's predicaments, but also to address a matter requiring our collective presence. Yao Guang has sent a message from the Xianzhou Yuchui, informing us that she wishes to share the results of recent calculations she made within the Matrix. Xing Yuin, I'd like to borrow the seat of Divine Foresight's chessboard for this purpose.
Tá, sino ancestral foi tocado nas profundezas. Não vou ler isso não.
Hello, everyone.
Tô com preguiça.
It's been a long time. Over 3 decades have passed since we last convened. And I've dearly missed each of you generals during this time.
Was the Seer strategist thinking of us or thinking of the fates we're destined for?
The Merlin's Claw. As blunt as always. Though, not everyone's cup of tea, huh? You once told Jing Yuan, "You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the Seer strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly." I'm intrigued. Did the conversation really come to pass?
I've never heard anyone mention that the Decalite reflection barrier could eavesdrop on even the quietest whispers. It appears that the Marshal sent not just 2 generals to the Luofu, but an uninvited 3rd guest as well.
Jing Yuan's intellect shines as brightly as the seer strategist's. With the Luofu caught in such strife, the Yuchui couldn't just stand by and watch.
Seer strategist, our time with the Yellow Bell is limited. Let's get straight to the point.
Alright. Thanks to Mr. Jing Yuan, the interrogation of the two prisoners on the Yuchui has concluded. Mr. Jing Yuan's speculations were correct. Of the crimes they confessed to, planting a Stellaron on the Luofu was a complete fabrication meant to mislead. Their real aim was to secure a meeting with the Marshal to present their Godslayer protocol, a strategy they firmly believe in.
And what was this grand strategy proposed by Jing Liu and that traveler?
The narrative they painted was vast and difficult to put into words. It all revolves around the coffin of the blonde traveler.
Tá.
To be precise, it's the remnants of the propagation.
Eita porra.
The remains of the swarm author?
More accurately, it's a fragment of the divine body. In the future they depicted, this fragment serves as the final nail, sealing
tá.
the fate of the plague's author and securing its doom.
Lucoa, então, eu não sei muito bem se ali explica o objetivo desse maluco, o que ele quer em si, mas só pra deixar esse contexto aqui, não joguei o negócio, tá? Quem sabe joga no futuro, mas não agora.
Before reaching that point, battling the gods necessitates a larger alliance. Hence, they sought out an ally for the Xianzhou. I assume you've all heard of the famed Genius Society member number 81, Ron Mei, haven't you? The Eye of the Yuchui has just seen this uninvited guest arrive on the Xianzhou Luofu. 3, 2, 1. Right on time. Now, as for the best way to receive our distinguished guest, I'll leave that in your capable hands.
Do you remember your name?
My name is Ting Yun.
E?
I serve as an ambassador of the Whistling Flames Merchant Guild.
Nem fudendo que ela tá viva. Não. Isso foi a Juan Mei falando com a Tinho? Nem fudendo, velho. E então é isso, pessoal. Esse foi o vídeo jogando essa lore do Shanzou que teve no ano passado. E agora nós vamos para... Possivelmente, eu vou tentar postar o Dança da Guerra durante essa semana ainda. Mas como é um troço que tem mais de 6 horas de duração, eu não tô muito confiante disso não. Mas aí depois do Dança da Guerra, a gente vai para as histórias da Rapa com aqueles macacos lá e tals. E depois vamos voltar nessa parada aí da volta da Ting Yun junto com a finalização ali do arco do Sunday em Penacone. Pra, enfim, a gente começar com os vídeos de Euforeus. Então é isso. Deixa um like, se inscreva no canal e a gente se vê numa próxima.